One Mike Kruger, Weather NorCal. This is another edition of Turtle Bay, Wonderful World of Animals. We've got Cricket with us today. Not this person over here. We got Sharon. Sharon's the, yes, but we got Cricket, a barn owl, right?
This is a barn owl, very good.
I'm learning things. I know a few things.
Yeah, and not to be confused with his friend, the barred owl.
Oh, that's,
Do you know
I was
that
going to
one?
say the same thing. Of course
you were.
not, to be confused with the bard. Bard?
Bard.
That's right. I remember that. There's something about they have a bar or something.
Bars this way.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I was thinking like jail. They got the bars. No, this goes
Yeah,
that way.
jail, like the
But I
bars.
remember the bard.
Very
Yes.
good.
Okay. So we're all right.
We're getting somewhere.
My brain can stick some things.
We're teaching him. We're trying really hard, folks, to teach
Slowly.
him some stuff.
And like, because earlier
We'll get
we
it.
learned about the red-shouldered hawk because there was one that went by. And
That's right.
I knew what to listen for. All right. Enough of that. Let's learn about Cricket here. We got a beautiful bird.
So Cricket is a 15-year-old barn owl. He's been with us since he was 10 weeks old. He is a rescue that basically he failed out of being released. So he and all his
Just not
siblings.
a good test taker, you know.
It was bad. He failed the test to go away and go back out in the wild. He got too comfortable with the caretakers. He was part of a reintroduction program. Barn owl populations are in a lot of trouble in lots of the country, and so there's reintroduction programs in many parts of the country. He was from New York, and he got too comfortable with the caretakers, so he couldn't go back out into the wild. And he came to us at 10 weeks old, and so he's been with us ever since. He's been flying in our shows, and
Look at that.
he's quite gorgeous, isn't he?
Yeah, it's just beautiful.
I used to have a barn owl that we called Fancy Face, because of those feathers. I'm going to take it really close, or maybe you can zoom into his face and look at how fancy the feathers on the face are. It blows my mind. It looks like the prettiest lace in the world.
Well, yeah, and I love that kind of like the crown of the beak, if you will, kind of where you have all of the, is that just, are those all feathers?
It's all feather.
Wow.
It's all feathers. And those feathers around the beak are actually feeling feathers.
Okay.
So it's kind of like whiskers. So there's all kinds
like-
of different types of feathers, just like there's different type of fur and hair, there's different types of feather, and those are feeling feathers. So when he goes down, they don't have up close eyesight very good. Their eyesight's all for distance. So those feathers, when they go to eat, those help feel around what's close because they can't see close up.
Now we've got all these dots on the chest area,
Yes.
right? What's that all about?
Okay, so this is how we start to tell that he's a male. So most owls and most birds of prey in general are not sexually dimorphic. So there's your big word of the day, Mike.
Wow, okay.
Sexually
Look that up in the
dimorphic. Word of the day,
Yes.
folks. So that means whether or not they look different or the same. So if they're dimorphic, they look different. So the different sexes looking or the same or different. So like ducks are sexually dimorphic. Usually if they are sexually dimorphic, it means that they take lots of different mates.
Okay.
And if they look the same and not sexually dimorphic, they are monogamous. That's a good general rule. These are actually one of the few owls that are sexually dimorphic, even though they do take one mate. Now, you can tell because his chest is completely white with dots on it. The female, the back color and all this awesome like golden brown is all the way around the body. Even on the front, they look like the most perfectly toasted marshmallow.
Oh.
Yes.
Now I'm craving a marshmallow.
S'mores.
Maybe some s'mores.
S'mores right about now. That's what I think of every time I see him, a good s'more.
Yeah. You know,
All right.
we want some more of you. That's all we want. That's all we want.
That's right.
Nocturnal. We were talking earlier about being truly nocturnal, right?
They are truly nocturnal. Everyone thinks of owls as nocturnal, but most owls are not. Most owls are crepuscular, meaning they're most active at dusk and dawn. And there's even some diurnal owls, meaning they're awake during the day, like the burrowing owl. And the snowy owl is both nocturnal and diurnal because of the light 6 months that they have to be able to hunt during the day.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, cool.
Nice.
Well, a lot of great information. We learned a lot of great things about you. Thank you, Cricket, what was the reason behind the name again?
Oh, he's cricket because of one of the sounds they make. They make a
that's
sound
right.
when they meet their mate that sounds like crickets.
Okay. And we are unfortunate we just didn't get to, because it's sometimes hard to hear the noise or you might make the noise. So thank you, Cricket. Thank you, Sharon. And thank you all for joining us. And we'll see you next week for another edition of Turtle Bay's Wonderful World of Animals.